What's up everybody, Donkey Puncher here, bringing you some gameplay on NBA 2K11. This is my player mode. This is the Atlanta Hawks against Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls. Just give you a little overview of this game. Derrick Rose is an absolute beast in this game. Basically, he couldn't guard me, I couldn't guard him. Basically traded off points, assists, rebounds, you name it. It was very tough game. It was probably my toughest game as far as going head-to-head against a guard thus far this season. Other than Derrick Rose, I think Darren Williams is probably my other toughest competitor as far as trying to guard him or trying to go against him offensively. Just kind of give you a little bit more info. You ever seen Joakim Noah's jump shot? It's pretty much the ugliest thing you've ever seen. And for some reason in this game, he found a jump shot. He was knocking down 15-footers like it was a free throw or a layup or a dunk. It was pretty disgusting. Luol Deng went 5 for 6 from three land. That's pretty much not his forte. His forte is pretty much mid-range shots. He's not a three-point specialist. I know he's improved this year in the real-life NBA. I know he's improved his three-point shot there, but I don't think 2K had it in their formula to include Luol Deng as a three-point specialist. But in this game, he definitely was. I don't know if you've ever played a game to where you just felt almost from the opening tip-off that you were going to lose this game. That's basically how I felt. Started off good in this game, but Bulls went on like a 17-4 run, and even we would get the lead back. We would trade the leads on and off throughout the game. Even when we were up by like 4, I think, with a couple minutes left in the game, I just felt like it just wasn't meant to be. Game goes into overtime as well, and just couldn't make it happen. My teammates didn't really help me out all that much. Carlos Boozer was unstoppable in the second half. Even though he had one of the best defensive players in the league guarding him throughout the game, and Josh Smith. He was basically owning Josh Smith the entire game, mostly in the second half and in the overtime period. Kind of a downer. Jamal Crawford went 6 for 23 in the game. Pretty much after the first quarter, I tried to stop passing the ball, but for some reason my teammates kept on passing the ball, and every time he got it, he would just shoot it up. So that was kind of a downer. This season, the Atlanta Hawks are number 1 in rebounds in the league. We're averaging like about 49 rebounds a game. And this game, we just couldn't block out for nothing. They were getting offensive rebounds. It seemed like it was so easy for them. Wasn't really understanding that. I just think, you start playing games too often, and you're just set to lose no matter what you do, or how well you play, or how many less mistakes you try to make than the other team. It just seems like it's just not meant to be. But the real question I'm doing this commentary for is Derrick Rose the MVP of the league this year? Some people have different definitions of the MVP. What's the true definition of the MVP? Some think it's the best player in the league. Some people think it's the most valuable to one's team. I think before Steve Nash won it a few years ago, or he won it a couple times, I think the MVP was given to the best player in the league at that time. But now I think it's more, it's kind of wishy-washy between the media of what they believe the true definition of the MVP is. If you base it basically on, the best player in the league, of course, I think LeBron gets it hands down. I believe he is the best player in the league. best all-around player in the league. I think he fits into that category. I believe that Derrick Rose fits into the most valuable to one's team more than LeBron does. Of course, if LeBron was still on Cleveland, then you could make the case that he is both, basically. You can make a case for Dwight Howard as well. You can make a case for Kevin Durant, but I think, at least in my mind, I think the MVP is definitely going to come out of the East this year. I think it is between Derrick Rose, LeBron, and Dwight Howard. I think it's Derrick Rose's to lose right now. There's 66 games through the season. Right now the Bulls are sitting at 48-18. I think they're 30-4 at home, 18-14 on the road, 12-0 in the division. Central Division is pretty pathetic this year, but that's not to take away anything what the Bulls have done this year. Other than the Bulls, last 10 games they've been 9-1. The only hotter team in the NBA right now are the Lakers, but you know, the Lakers have kind of sleepwalked through the season so far. Maybe they're hitting their stride finally. They're finally realizing that the playoffs are looming, and they want to start playing their best basketball. I don't know, but from the opening tip-off at the start of the season to now, I think Derrick Rose has really separated himself, at least being in the top 3 for MVP talks. Just go over a couple of his stats. Every single one of his stats this year is his career best. 25 points a game, 4 rebounds a game, 8 assists a game. One stat that really stands out the most to me this year, as far as Derrick Rose goes, is Derrick Rose, Carlos Boozer, which was the star signing of the offseason for the Chicago Bulls, and Joakim Noah, basically saying that those are the big 3 of Chicago, have only played together about 12 games this year. They're 66 games in, so if you subtract that, that's 54 games to where Derrick Rose has only played with one or the other. One was either injured or out. I know there's a little bit of a stretch there. I think there's maybe 4 or 5 games there that basically it was just Derrick Rose, Luol Deng, and basically the rest of the Bulls bench. Not to take away anything from Luol Deng, I think he's having an amazing year this year. I think he's fit into his role. I think the pressure is off him now, rather than previous years where they kind of leaned on him to be the #1 guy. I don't think Luol Deng is the #1 guy. I think he's fit into his role perfectly this year, to where he is, second, third, fourth, option on the team as far as scoring goes. But he is having an outstanding year. He has really opened up his game a lot more. Of course, when you have a guy like Derrick Rose on your team, the pressure is definitely off you. But go back to that stat of when for just all 3 have played together only about 12 games this year. Through those 54 games, I mean, Derrick Rose has elevated his game to superstar status in the league. Basically, his first 2 years in the league, I think he pretty much got held back on his progression by Vinny Del Negro. Vinny Del Negro is probably one of the worst coaches I have ever seen. Don't know why the Chicago Bulls even hired him in the first place. I think they held back Derrick Rose's progression, like I just said, at least a year. I think Derrick Rose, of how he's playing right now, he could have been that last year with the right coach, with the right teaching. Tom Thibodeau has done an amazing job with the Bulls this year. I believe they're one of the best defensive teams in the league. Derrick Rose has really bought into his system, along with the rest of the Bulls. But like I said, you can make a case for Howard, James, Durant, any of those guys. But I think when you look at the whole body of work and what Derrick means to the Chicago Bulls, I think right now, like I said, it's his to lose. I think overall his performances this year have been nothing short of amazing. Um, so let me know what you think. Do you think he's the MVP of the league? Do you think someone else is? Do you think Howard is? Do you think he has more of a case than Rose? Do you think LeBron has more of a case than Rose? I mean, would you, if you take LeBron off the Miami Heat, is he, are the Heat still a playoff team? I think they are. They wouldn't be as good as they were, but I would still think they're a playoff team. So let me know what you think. Leave some comments. Appreciate you watching. And I'll leave it at that. Leave you with the press conference. And again, thanks for watching. Later.
Once again, you have been named as the Rookie of the Month. Your star seems to be rising rapidly at this point in your career. What does your future hold?
Let's see, individual awards, rings, success, praise, and did I mention individual awards? I don't have a problem with the guy who sits here at this table and tells you this stuff don't mean nothing to him. But he's lying to your face. I busted my behind to get to where I am today. I deserve everything I got coming.